Good day and happy Teachers Day to all the great teachers out there who are impacting knowledge into the lives of the young people. My name is Leonard Okpe Utaji of set 2006. I happen to be the senior prefect boy of that set, as well as the vice president of AFSS Secondary School Old Students Association Mkd chapter. It is with great joy that we are celebrating our teachers today, which happens to be the 5th of October 2023. So in this year's anniversary, we shall be acknowledging the contributions of some of our teachers, especially those who have taught us while in AFSS Secondary School Mkd. So we shall be acknowledging them. But one thing I'll tell you is, while we were in school, we thought most of them were being wicked, as we may call it then to us. But we stand to appreciate them today for the effort they have done in our lives. Some of them have retired. Some of them are of blessed memory, while some of them are still in active service. So today, we have a compilation of names from both old and new graduates from AFSS Secondary School Mkd, and we are going to give a shout out to some of our teachers today, those we can actually remember. So we have Miss Fidel, who was our English teacher. I don't know if she's still in AFSS Secondary School, but she taught us English language and oral English. Yes, we call it oral English. We also have FS Alabi Azaden, who was also a great math teacher. We have Mr. Ona. Mr. Ona taught accounting in AFSS Secondary School Mkd. We also have people like Mr. Raymond Opia. He has been one of the old teachers of that school. We appreciate you, sir. He taught English language and literature in English. We have Mr. Fidel Akpago, a math teacher, a math and further math teacher who taught in AFSS Secondary School, but I believe he's no longer with them. We also have Mr. Enemali Abo, who taught economics. He was our long-standing vice principal admin. Yes. We also have Mrs. Margaret Ekpeyong. She taught biology. We have Mr. Ojotu Abel, who has been our guardian counselor as a then, and he has held other positions in the school, including the vice principal. I think he was once the vice principal, the last time I checked. We also have Mrs. Dallas, who taught music, and she wrote the school's anthem. I remember. Yes, she was our music teacher. We also have people like Mrs. Agbecha. She was also a social studies teacher. We say congratulations and happy Teachers Day to you, ma. I have mentioned Mr. Vincent, who taught mathematics, and of blessed memory, we have late Mr. Eminimo. He was teaching Introtech, which we now call basic science, and he also taught technical drawing. We also have Mrs. Osu, who taught us English in SS. She was a great teacher. We have Mr. Yolibo, a mathematics teacher, Mr. Ojime, and Mr. Atamunokai, who were there for us in chemistry. We also have Mr. Eric, who was our agri teacher. Mr. Iyang also taught us physics. And we have Mr. Kaka in the chemistry department. These are teachers that have impacted so much in our lives as students of AFSS Secondary School. We also have some of our own who graduated and still went back and are still teaching. We have Mr. Siri Enefola, Mr. Martins Uokolo, Mrs. Alice Ada Ango. They have also taught tremendously in that school. We have also, as our past teachers, we have Mr. Adejo, who taught us biology. I think, yes, Mr. Adejo Morgan. I won't forget that name. He taught biology, very sound in biology, and he was also once the vice principal admin of the school. Of blessed memory, we have late Mr. Ekere, who taught physics. This is a man, while I was in GS3, we already heard of him. So we're preparing to meet him in SS1. But during the long vacation, he died and we couldn't meet him. Samuel, so rest in peace. We so much appreciate your contribution to the life of students of AFSS Secondary School Mkd. We say, may God rest your soul. We have Mr. Oko, who has been a long-standing teacher in guidance and counseling. He has been of tremendous help to the school. We have Sergeant Mustafa, Mr. Kilson, who taught social studies. Mr. Mustafa is of the mathematics department. We also have Mr. Ogini, he taught music. We have Mr. Benjamin of the English department. Yes, I remember that now. We have Mr. Akporovo. This Sergeant Akporovo as a then. He taught us fine art with a very good handwriting. We have Mr. Benkak of biology. We have Mrs. Sarah Ube of commerce, very strong in that department. And of blessed memory, we have late Mrs. Atan. We have also Miss Inkiru, very active woman in the economics department. We have Mr. Aboy. Mr. Aboy taught us right from primary school, and on entering secondary school also met him. He has been not just a teacher, but a father to most of us. Sir, we wish you all the best in your chosen career. And I think Mr. Aboy now is also of the rank of the vice principal. That should be of either academics or admin. Also, we have of blessed memory, late FS Ali, who was also one of our SSM. We have Mr. Ashaibi. I think that should be Mr. Ade, yes, of the accounting department. We also have Mrs. Okoro that taught biology. Somebody is mentioning Mrs. Osun again. We have Mrs. Okoro. Okay, I've mentioned the name. Mrs. Agbesha taught us government. We have almighty man, Mr. Ikume. He taught social studies. In fact, I won't mention any other subject because we knew him for social studies. And the first topic he will always introduce you to is man. What is man? So we appreciate you and we wish we can see you in one of our reunions. We also have Mrs. Omefie. Okay, I've mentioned her. And of blessed memory, we have Mrs. Madukwe, who happens to be one of our long-standing matron in AFSS Mkd. She is of blessed memory. Ma, we also appreciate all your good work for us. We have MW Basse. He taught geography. We have Miss Sunday. She's also a government teacher. We say Happy Teacher's Day to you from set 09. And we have Mrs. Aboy, wife to Mr. Aboy. She's also taking CRS. We say Happy Teacher's Day to you, ma. We have Mr. Somtio Isaac of the English department. We have Mrs. Ayende, who happens to be the wife of the first head boy of AFSS Mkd. Ma, we wish you all the best. She's also of the mathematics department. We have Mr. Obaji of the physics, as well as Mr. Obekba, who is also taking physics. In chemistry, we have Mr. Oguma. Also, we say Happy Teacher's Day. For the biology department, we have late MW Shida. Samuel, so rest in peace. We also have in that department MW Fakolade Benjamin. We appreciate you, sir. Happy Teacher's Day. And we have also in the technical drawing department, Mr. Oguche, who assisted Mr. Eminimo in that department. We have for the computer science, Mr. Akombo. We appreciate your effort. We have Mr. Shimave, who taught French in AFSS Mkd. Now we have MW Karimu and MW. He called it Tuesday. Sorry, I know that's not the name, but he's of the Basic Science and Introtech department. Mr. Ona also taught business studies and shorthand, and a whole lot of teachers. We want to wish you people happy Teachers Day. May God grant you long life and prosperity. This is coming from your students, your previous students who you have taught while in AFSS Mkd. We say let's use this means to appreciate you and celebrate you with others all over the world, and we pray that your effort will not be in vain. Happy Teachers Day to you all, and may God continue to bless you and your family with good health and more money in your account. Cheers. Happy Teachers Day to you.